Millions of Americans like to buy products and hire people from advertising websites like Craigslist. And often you don't know what you're buying or who you're hiring. Dallas Morning News watchdog Dave Lieber uses the tale of a shady appliance repairman to show us how to make smart decisions. Dave, welcome back.
Hi, Christy.
So you've been watching this particular guy for several years. We hear he's back in North Texas. What's the story here?
Well, his name's Michael Stoneham, and he has a conviction for theft on his record, and that's okay. I guess everybody deserves a second chance, but he goes out, he advertises on Craigslist, people call him, he comes to their house, and he starts messing with them. I wrote a story yesterday in the Dallas Morning News, actually on Friday, about a guy that wrote him $350 worth of checks, never had the work done, had to get the checks, what do you call it, when you get them recalled from the bank. And so I just worry about this because he's advertising on Craigslist all the time, and I'm afraid people call him. He comes to their house. He's very abusive when you don't pay him right. He sends you text messages to your wife that are nasty, full with curses and innuendos. It's really a bad situation, and I worry about people getting involved with a character like this.
Okay, so I'm sure he's not the only person doing this and advertising on these sites. So talk a little bit about the risk of hiring people you don't know to come to your house.
Well, that's the problem. Right now, anyone can take out an ad. Anyone can take out an ad in Craigslist. Anyone can have their own website. Just because they do that doesn't mean they're legitimate. So there's a lot of fakes out there, and it's really important for us to use discretion and to be a smart consumer. Let the buyer beware is more important than ever.
So what should you do? What would you suggest to avoid hiring characters like this?
Christy, I have a few ideas. One, I think we should be skeptical about ads. Just because someone promises that they are a certain way or they do a certain service or have a certain product doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Anybody can write anything now, and it all looks the same in text and print. Second thing is we really need to Google people and companies before we hire them and find out what other people are saying about them before we let them in our house. One good way to test somebody is when they do come to your house, ask them to show you one of their blank invoices. It should say on the top the name of the company, the address, the phone number, maybe the website. If they're writing an invoice just on a blank piece of paper, that to me is not a legitimate company. And the last thing I would recommend to folks as the watchdog is don't pay people up front. Only pay when the job is done. I can't emphasize that enough.
What if they ask you for a deposit? Is that okay?
I wouldn't give them a deposit, no, because think about it. When the plumber comes to your house, legitimate plumber, he doesn't ask for money up front. He's done, he gives you the invoice, you pay the money when it's over. That's really crucial. These unsavory characters always ask for money up front, and that's just not right.
All right. Thanks so much. More to think about, Dave. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Christy.